Welcome in, everybody, to a very special edition of Becoming Undefined. I'm MJ Acosta-Ruiz, and we are at a family reunion, if you will. We are coming to you from CurlyCon LA. This is the second annual. What is CurlyCon, you say? It is a conference, convention, celebration of the natural, curly, coily, textured black hair community, okay? Of which I am a part of, obviously. But it is such an incredible space to just be able to embrace who we are, how our crowns grow out of our heads, and everything that comes with it, because it's more than just about your hair. It's about culture, really. And embracing my curly hair has been such a huge part of my story, especially now as a grown woman. So it is perfect that Becoming Undefined be here in this space, really embracing all of it, and that I get to share with you guys in a very special Cafecito conversation, all about how we got here, why it meant so much to me to embrace my natural hair, especially working on TV, and to answer some of your questions. So, salud, let's get into it. I told you guys it was a party, okay? We are vibing. It is giving. And that's the whole point, for all of us to really embrace. But I think for so many of the women that are here, present company included, getting to a place of full acceptance. And we're not talking about acceptance from the peripheral or from the outside. What we're really diving into is self-acceptance, of taking away everything that society told us we should be, that would make us more palatable, that would make us more acceptable, that would make us more professional, and quite frankly, that would make us more beautiful, by owning the beauty that we already had from the beginning, that everybody tried to shove into a box and erase from us. So I want to give you guys a little bit of the cultural context. My family is from the Dominican Republic. And for all of my Dominicanas, I think so many of you know that a big part of rite of passage is really the relaxing your hair. For many of us, we heard as we were growing up the phrase pelo malo, which means bad hair. What they were trying to say, our elders really, was that our natural texture, our natural coils, our natural curls, and even waves were bad, right? It goes back to so much generational trauma that we've had in thinking that the more euro-centric we were, the more we assimilated to that standard of beauty, the better off we would be, the safer we would be, the more successful we would be. But yeah, at the end of the day, the more beautiful we would be. So it's taken many, many decades for me to unprogram that in my brain. A lot of therapy and a lot of conversations with my hermanas, my primas, like other women in the community, to really talk about what we went through as young women and as little girls that really shaped who we were and got us to this point of really releasing and untethering ourselves from those stereotypes. So I got a relaxer probably 9 or 10 years old, I want to say, because I remember so vividly. My mom used to always finger curl my hair to give it a little bit more definition, and I loved it. And then there was one day I tried to do it myself, and I was like, Mom, why isn't this working? And she said to me, oh, that's gone, babe. No more, like, your hair is going to be straight now. But if you've never had a chemical relaxer in your hair, the process is wild. Like, you have to do it every couple of months. The new growth comes in, and then that part of your hair doesn't match the rest of it. I mean, it's such a hindrance and such a burden. Now, let me also say this, because as we know here on Becoming Undefined, many things can be true at once. For so many women, having your hair relaxed also offers you a lot of freedom. Because, yeah, curly hair is a labor of love, and I'll get to that in a little bit. But having a relaxer also allowed a lot of women to not have to worry about doing their hair for the full week, to just be able to focus on the things they needed to do day to day, to focus on their job, to know that they could slick it back. So I say that to know that you can hold space for all of these things. But it's also true that it's a lot. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of damage on your hair. So all of these things are operating in the same space within you. And it's a lot to sort of navigate through. Now, I decided to do my curly hair transformation, meaning I did the big chop. So I cut off all of the hair that was chemically treated and or damaged, which was pretty much all of it, y'all. And I have the picture here to show you. This was the day that I chopped off all my hair. An amazing stylist. Her name is Daisy. She goes by Curly Hair Days on social media. Unbelievable curl educator as well. So if you need to understand a little bit more of this process, she's a great resource for you and just an unbelievable human being. We love you, Daisy. And Daisy was the one who really led me into this transition of my life. She also was very intentional because she knew that I was on television every single day. And so the transition to going into your full texture is not just as simple as cutting your hair off. Like, you have to pour into it. You have to use different products, and you have to re-educate yourself about what it means to now care for this hair that you've never had before because you've been limiting it. At least that was the experience for me. So yes, I was live every day on TV trying to figure out what was going on with my hair. And thankfully that opened up this whole new world, this whole new community of women who were also going through the same thing. And we were all learning through it together. And so here at CurlyCon, so many of those women that I tapped into, that I was learning from, creators like Bianca Renee, who has built this online empire embracing curly hair. Shout out to Bianca, and thank you, sis. She's now someone I call a friend. And so many others, Ava Pearl, who started CurlyCon, Felicia, who is here. If you know Felicia, you know if you're in the curly hair community. She's huge, and I got to meet her today for the first time, but been following her for about 8 years. So it's been really beautiful to tap into those women, to thank them in person for what they've done for me, and then to explore the brands that are here that have poured into us. When I started this, and this was 2017, there were maybe 1 or 2 brands really in the marketplace that really worked for my hair in particular. Now, I'm sitting here at the marketplace at CurlyCon, and there is a whole, basically, warehouse of women, of female brands, and of brands who have poured into us that are at our fingertips. And what a blessing. How beautiful is that? Now, something I get asked a lot is, girl, what is the hair care routine? Along with many, many other questions. So let's tap in to your curly hair questions. I got y'all. We're an open book. Ciao. We haven't done anything at a live place. I'm going to lead more cafe. Worth it. Worth it to be with you guys. Okay, let's get into the first question. And yes, it is, what's the curly hair routine? Okay. We're going to go with wash day, because I think that's what you're asking about when you ask about the curly hair routine. And I just want to let you know that you should pad several hours for whatever it is you got to do to your hair. Okay? It is a labor of love, as I said, and you have to dedicate time, which is why we try to extend in between wash days as much as possible. So essentially, my go-tos, and this is not sponsored, this is not branded, I start with Rizos Curls, which is a Latina-owned curly hair brand. It is clean, no sulfates, no silicones, by our girl Julissa Prado, who was started here in LA, literally out of her garage with her family, and is now found at Target. It is found at Ulta Beauty. It is found at different Sally's Beauties, especially if you're in Mexico, you can find them throughout. So she has built an empire based on something that she could not find for herself. So I start with her shampoo and conditioner. Amazing. I always love to do a deep condition as well, just to give my hair a little bit more love. I love the Shea Moisture Maruca Honey deep conditioner. Oh, I'll leave it on for like 30 minutes and just do things around the house. Once I wash that out, I always go with a leave-in. My hair is very thick and very dry. So I add a little bit of leave-in conditioner from the Rizos Curl line. It's like a plant. I gotta water her. I gotta condition her almost every day. But the leave-in is light enough that you can do it every day or every other day as needed. And then I style with Not Your Mother's Mousse first. I use the Felicia Elwood. And I'll put the correct name because I think I botched that. But there's a lot going on today. Forgive me. But I'll link all of these for you also in the episode notes. And I rake that through my hair with the brush. It's so good. It gives me these coils, that good definition. Then I go in with the Design Me Curl Balm. Is it a lot? Yes, and we're not done, but it's okay. I'm telling you, you gotta trust the process in all of this. Put the curl balm on top. Then I scrunch with a microfiber towel to get any excess product out, because you don't want it just sitting on top of your hair. And then I diffuse. I use my Dyson. It cuts out my diffusing time. I do not use high heat. You can go back and forth between like cool shot and a little bit of low heat. And then I finish off with a little bit of oil just in the end to like tie it all together. And that does take me a couple hours at least for sure to get through all of it. But I promise that it is worth it. And as I'm thinking about it now, it'll probably make a lot more sense if I put together a video for you guys. So I will do that and I will link it to this episode. Why? Because I'm your curl friend and I got you. And I love you guys so much. So don't worry, we're going to get it all together. Okay, so that's the routine. And it is a lot. This is not for the weak. This is not for the faint of heart at all. Okay, let's see what's next. My best hair tip. I would say find what works for you. This is all such a trial and error. So it can be a little bit of sensory overload as you're trying to go through it and like find the right products for you. Have a little patience with yourself. Try new things and give yourself a minute. Give your hair a minute to really understand if it's working. Understand if your hair is low porosity, meaning like mine, if you spray water on it, does it just sit on top of it or does it absorb it all the way? There's a lot of videos out there. I do recommend going to Bianca Renee's page. It's Ms. Bianca Renee. I will link her here as well. She has incredible videos and playlists. That is the source that I use to really learn all about this. So not gatekeeping. Go to Miss Bianca Renee. She is a wealth of knowledge in this space. But learn what works for your hair. No two curls are alike. Not even two curls within my own head. I have like 4 different curly hair textures going on right now. So is it a lot? I know, but stay with it. I promise you guys, you can figure it out and it's so worth it. It really, really is. For me anyway. Okay, the next question. Challenges of curly or textured hair in the entertainment industry. Okay, this one is intense because I work on live television, on network television every single day. So I'm broadcasting around the nation, sometimes internationally as well. And what I found is an overwhelming lack of education within the hairstyling community. So hairstylists will go to beauty school or will go get training, and so little time, if any, is afforded to textured hair. And so what happens is you show up on a set or you show up at a studio and no one will know how to do your hair, or they'll try to brush it out. Immediately run away if they do that. Immediately run away if they try to brush out your curls. No, 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 no. That's the first sign. You in danger, girl. Run out. What I started to do was either showing up with my hair already done or bringing all my products with me, or both. I've been very blessed that I've been at different places where they've allowed me to recommend bringing a stylist in that I know can do my hair. So today, shout out to my stylist, Shauna McCrae. Been doing my hair for many years. She also does my braids. She's incredible. And she's now really growing within the space, within the entertainment industry, on film sets and on TV sets. And thank God we need more of her. There have been so many people that I've been able to bring in. But if I don't know who's there, who all is going to be there? That's the main question. If I don't know, I'm doing my own hair. And like, that's the reality. And it's a point of anxiety for me because I just want to be able to go in and do my job. And my white female counterparts never have to worry about this ever. They know there will be somebody in the room who can do their hair and do it beautifully. Whereas we have to walk in and be like, oh my God, who am I going to get? Like, are they going to mess up my hair? Are they going to damage my hair? It's a real big disparity and inequity within the entertainment space. So it happens a lot. And I think the other big challenge, it's getting better now, but when I started was that the perception is that you weren't professional if you walked in with your hair natural, or if you had locks, or if you had braids. And like, why does that dictate my qualifications for the job? And also, we look the fuck good. So that shouldn't be it. But there's still this stigma about naturally textured hair that if you walk in with it in its natural state, then you didn't put any effort in. Please come to my wash day, my aforementioned wash day, if you think I didn't put any effort into this. Okay. That's on tape. Okay. Next question. What's the best part of curly hair? Everything, babe. Look at us. Are you kidding? We're thriving. And I think the versatility for me is my favorite part, because when I want to, now that my hair is healthy enough and can handle it, I can blow it out if I want and give you a whole different persona. But also there's so many different hairstyles that I can do. I can rock braids. I can rock locks. I can rock it like this. I can do a cute curly updo, no heat required. The versatility, I think, and the fact that we always stand out is my favorite part. The toughest part about curly hair, that's real. The labor of love and the timing. It takes just as much time as when I was straightening my hair, but irrevocably, I feel 1,000 times more myself in my true authenticity and how I think I was intended to enter these spaces. So I wouldn't trade all of the labor for anything in the world. I love it. I love my curls. Okay, those were all your questions. You know, these are conversations I have all the time with people, but I don't speak on it publicly as much anymore. I think because my transition started so long ago. But I'm so glad that we came here to CurlyCon and I was able to really tap into those beginning years of really embracing my curly hair. And I'll tell you why. It was so much more about just my hair, right? I think women in particular, our hair is an extension of our strength. It's an extension of our personality. It's an extension of our culture more so than anything else. And I won't make that a blanket statement, but I think for a lot of us, that really is the case. It certainly is for me as well. And I think that being able to think back on it's been 8 years since I started this. And since that time, I have felt more empowered, more myself, more like I've tapped into like my superhero era. There's a reason my hair has a name. Have y'all met Angela? Y'all know about Angela, right? Oh my God, I buried the lead. This is Angela, everyone. Why does my hair have a name? Many people have names for their hair in the curly hair community because she's in charge, okay? If Angela's in a bad mood, child, we're not going anywhere. It's going to be a bun and it's a wrap. Okay, period. End of day. But also, it's also like my alter ego. It's like Beyonce with Sasha Fierce, right? Like, I draw so much power in knowing that it was almost an act of rebellion, that I was not going to submit to the stereotypes that I felt like I had to lean into to be successful. And it pivoted my entire life, my career, everything. The moment that I said, this is who I am and I love it. And if nobody else does, too bad. So my point is, whether you wear your hair straight, curly, in a protective style, embrace all of it because all of it is part of you. We wear many, many hats, many weaves, many braids, many curls. And I love that for us. Thank you for kicking it off with me here in CurlyCon. Next year, please come through because it is a time, child. And if you haven't embraced it, maybe explore. You never know. You can find a little something. This has been Becoming Undefined. I'm MJ Acosta-Ruiz. I'll see you next time.